Oh, I need to recap. I haven't recapped in like forever. Uh, yeah, but I'm gonna make a recap because I think this game's pretty interesting. Uh, One thing, my voice. I spent all day yelling at Zykes, and my throat is sore. So if I sound scratchy, that's why. Why I'm doing this now, I don't know. Anyway, here's this is a ranked game. Um, I just set my rank as the minimum entry rank because I don't really need anybody worse than me in here. Um, the only really outstanding player is Samson. He's a 1510. Um, there's a few 300s, a few 200s, a few 1100s, 1200s and 1100s. Um, so yeah. Uh, this happens. I mean, my start's pretty good. What do I want to explain here? I make NAPs with everyone at the beginning of a game. Um, and so I looked around to see, and there was one point where I was gonna buy Osich from him. He didn't, go for that. What am I thinking here? So I ended up just sending one here. And he had tapped 7 here and asked me about Humble Rod at some point. I was like, no, it's closer to me, and this is factory heavy, so I really need it. He's like, okay. Launches on me immediately. I win the battle. And, wouldn't be a problem. But down here, Awin won't make a nap with me. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're moving all these drillers. He's like, oh, I don't know yet. We'll decide and whatever. That's unacceptable. If you're going to militarize the border and not make a pact with me, no, I'm not going to let you just do that. So I attack him. And I was gone during a lot of this time, and he's like, yo, what's up, dude? And then I launched, and I was like, he was like, and as soon as I launched, he's like, is it something I said? I'm thinking, well, no, I said, no, it's what you didn't say. You militarized our border, and you didn't make peace with me, and you wouldn't make a deal with me. So, yes, I'm going to attack you. He launches here. Um, it was fine at this point, but once he launched these 50, I had a problem, because I didn't quite charge up in time. What's happening here? I use my smuggler to go gather some more drillers, but it can't get back in time, so I have to use this double agent here. Not the best use of it, but he banked a lot on taking that base. You can see he's got more coming in, and he's even got these drillers here. So I'm able to launch my attack from Fate with full force, and it gets down to Shaneville before the double agent, just barely before, like, probably exactly 10 minutes. But I was able to take him back. And so I shoved my smuggler down there, smuggled it back up, and was able to use the double agent there too. So my double agent killed 90 of his drillers and got me smuggler number 2. He had a good play here at Seabass. That was going to block. He promoted to king last second. Although he had a bad play at Samet, where he backed out for some reason. I feel like he maybe could have won that, but I'll take it. Yeah, Harkentoffen, Pink, Pink was helping me out here. He's not very good, but he's drillers, so I don't complain. Um, I should mention this whole time, I've been fighting a little baby war with Tap here, just kind of antlining whatever drillers I can up there, just to hold the stupid base. I don't want to fight him. Once, I did drill a mine here. Once I got 20 Neptunium, I offered him funding. I said, stop trying to take my base, I can fund you. It's better than the base. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I really want to hit 1400. I mean, you have no idea. But yeah. So, I make a peace deal with Awen, because of stuff. Over here, Raria declares war on me. He's leading Neptunium right now, as you can see. But he declares war, wants to expand in my direction. He has the most generators, so I wanted to attack him anyway. It's just a little awkward between this annoyance up here and his fishiness. But we were able to agree to that. And you can see he's trying to be able to flank me over here too. And at the same time, he gave his 24-hour notice. A few hours later, Samson gave the same thing, which is really bad because he's not really a good ally here, not in a strong position. He doesn't really like me. He resigned. He's a good ally. I don't know. I really need to see this. I really need to see this. He's a bad fighter, I think. Yeah, he was supposed to be fighting Tap 7. He hardly ever did that, really, but he didn't impress me. He didn't impress me early game, at least. But yeah, so he wasn't doing too much. Some explosions. Great. Yeah. So, this is a mess. I don't really have any solid allies that I can get to back me up here. He launches on me here. 2 smugglers help a lot, I'll tell you what. Oh, I guess that's a spoiler alert. We're going back. So, yeah, this happens. And he had a couple chances to hire some speed specs here, but he didn't. And so I got this into position, and as you can see, yeah, we're going right here. As you can see, he can't escape my pirate. Actually, he could have had one more hire for assassins, but since he launched that 6, I was able to pirate it, and I'm so proud of myself. Because in order to get him to launch that 6, I posted some junk in public chat. I don't even remember what I said. I think I said like 1 week until Christmas or something, and he logged on and launched that attack. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. Or otherwise I would have been like an hour late. But killing him is all nice and good, but he can still pass everything off. He can still launch everything at me. And it's a problem. I mean, I guess he really doesn't have that much in looking at it. I don't know. He's got pretty, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So I'm like, hey, give me the junk, or I'll kill you. Defund Samson, defund Tap, and make a truce with me and fund me, is what I think I said. So, funding, defunding of 2 guys, and the nap. He says, I won't defund Samson, he's my ally. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to fight you over that. He gifts everything coming towards me. He funds me. He defunds Tap. I gloat about that to Tap because his funding is a mess. Anyway, so then I'm able to get a strike against Samson. I have kind of 2 powerful forces here. I've got these 163 and the pirate moving towards Samson's queen. Although I'm not really expecting a kill because he's better than this guy. Than Raria. Raria moves his queen out promptly. And yeah, what happens here? He launches on Humble Rod. I go up to defend it, so he launches on Vern. I'm able to. I did hire that sentry because I had. Actually, he had a launch planned for Vern, and I would have been able to stop it, but to do it, I had to hire the sentry before he launched, and so he saw it and canceled it because literally it was an 8-hour transit. And if I waited, the sentry would get 1 less shot, and I'd lose by like 2 drillers. So I dropped this guy off here. I was able to absorb most of the damage into the shields, block him there, and I'm attacking him here. Probably right here. I stopped getting funded from Rary, and I'm like, dude, you gotta fund me. That's part of our deal. And he said, well, you didn't say it had to be for the rest of the game or forever, and I funded you, or some garbage like that. Like, you didn't specify. I want to bring this up right now. This is something I've noticed about the game. Um, I make a lot of peace deals and stuff, and I don't always like to spell everything out. For example, a NAP, the non-aggression pact. I feel like a warning is an intrinsic part of the NAP. Um, that's a little bit open to interpretation, but if there is no warning, then the only purpose of a NAP is to say, yeah, we're good. And while that's great, there's no backing behind that. I don't really care for that. So, to me, a, a warning, some sort of a warning, is an intrinsic part of an app. I know not everybody agrees with that. That's how I see it. And I don't want to spell that out every single time. And I think with most forumers, I am able to leave that open and they understand the purpose of that. And that's another thing with Raria here. It's a similar situation. It's like, I don't need to spell that out for you. I asked you for funding as a uh, suing you for peace, and so I'm getting funding. He's like, no. I'm like, all right, that's the guy that can pirate your hypnotist says that you should do that, but you won't. So I'm going to attack him again. At this point, I go to Samson because I'm going to die. And I say, Samson, brother, we need a truce. I can give you a base. I can give you Humble Rod, Kiesling, Vern, and some specs if you want some. He's like, no, bro, I'm ripped. I don't care about your specialists and your bases. Because at this point, he's awesome. He's made great work of his hypnotist. Got a thief, got an assassin. He got a bunch of stuff from Tap here for some reason. And he's able to go in there. Anyway, I'm like, bro, we gotta make peace. And he was like, I'm not really interested in your stuff. He's like, I want your alliance, and we can win together. And I got that little smile, cause I almost knew he was gonna say next. And I was like, what do you want me to do? And he said, we need to attack Raria and keep him from winning so that we can go 1-2. And I was like, yes, that is so, so funny. This guy that wouldn't defund him, unfunded me, and stuck up for this guy is saying, hey, we're gonna kill him. To increase the amazingness of this deal, he was like, oh yeah, and I want this play to be as tricky as possible. I don't want Raria to know until he's like dead. I'm like, wow, he's just straight up backstabbing Raria. And I am like, yes, you are a horrible person. I won't trust you ever again, but you are a horrible person, and right now I'm okay with that. And so he gifts me these 17 up here to Humble Rod. He takes back Kiesling, and I get into Pericia here, and he was talking about wanting my navigator. My plan here is basically launch at him. He would gift me his hypnotist over here. I'd have hires stacked up. I could go, I have a hypno in there. I could go 1-2 on hypnos. It'd look like I'm losing last second. I'd clutch, win, and kill him. Samson didn't really go for that. So that's not what we did. He kind of took over me here. He launches these 163 down to gift last second. He eventually... Oh, I had to promote General. Perfect block right there. Yeah, because he was in transit, I couldn't hire it quite as soon as I'd have liked to. But perfect block. Got my pirate out. Rarity kind of figured it out at this point. I don't care. Samson's got like a bazillion more troops than ever. He's got probably double Loki, 3 times Raria. Um, yeah. So he just starts tearing into him. I'm not really sure what the deal is here. I guess he wanted him to take the brunt of some shields. Um, he has a princess down here. But since this guy's running an admiral, which he almost killed me with once, I should mention that, he can easily chase him down and just kill him. So he dies fast, and I'm just... I think I just said, don't cross me, basically. That's hilarious that Samson would do that, and he offered it to me. I'm like, wow, you are evil. Um, so yeah, there's a little attack going on here. Samson says, hey, Awen, stop it, and Awen's like, yeah, that's probably a good idea, Purple, and so Purple doesn't really attack me. He offered to fight Loki to get me second. I said, no, Loki has been a good ally to me. He's given me he's not the best fighter. He's given me intelligence. We've worked together pretty well. He's not the best, but he honored our agreements, and I was okay with that. I was okay with Loki. I said Loki can take second. Um, I'll take third. Because he's been a good ally to me, and I am okay with that. And so I ended up getting third, gaining like 46 or 47 ranking points. Samson's rank went up. I think Raria gained like 3 rank, unfortunately. I just loved that backstab and how he was totally willing to sell out his ally. I'm not really sure why. I guess it's because he knew I was beaten. But yeah, I don't know if I'd actually trust Samson. But yeah. He made good work of a Hypno that wasn't actually a king. But yeah, that's the game. I'm gonna try to just cut it off right here, because I don't want it to get too long. But yeah, that's what happened. It was funny. Alright, I'll see you guys later.